I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to get some fake data for any of your projects, for data science, for data visualization, or anything that you're doing with programming. You're going to need some demo data, and you might even be able to ask it for some real data. I'm going to show you how to get tables, things that we can turn into Excel sheets, database, etc. from ChatGPT. Let's go. I'm going to give it a prompt, something like this. It says, generate a CSV of the top 10 most famous astronauts, what countries they're from, and what year they went into space. And so we're going to get this, and it's not quite there yet, so we're going to ask ChatGPT to give us this in a table, or we're going to re-specify that we wanted to provide a CSV format. And actually, I eat my words because it's now giving us the list, and then also giving us the CSV format. All right, I'm going to throw another prompt that's going to ask for like fast food restaurants, just for an example project. We're going to ask it for geospatial data. So we're going to say, hey, can you give us a latitude and longitude of some fake fast food restaurants with an employee count? So if you're doing something with like restaurant logistics or just locational data, this is generating a bunch of dummy data. One thing that I do see is the coordinates. They look like they're close but not too far away, so that's awesome. That's pretty much in line with exactly what you want. So you gave us a table, and it also gave us a CSV format for that data. I'm going to push another prompt where I'm going to ask for a fake CSV data set of stock prices that are associated with the companies that it just gave me in the other project. So it's going to like take like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. It's going to make up like these fake stock tickers, and then it's going to make these fake stock prices. So if I was building out a project here, it would go ahead and like give us something to relate to. So we'd have like the locations, then we'd have like the stock price and like the number of employees, and we can build that out for our project. All right, for the next prompt, I'm going to ask it to generate a table of 10 rows of customer visits to those locations, and I'm going to ask it to generate a fake list of menu items, and it's given us these like comma separated, which is cool, and then like a total spending amount in dollars. And then I asked it to give each customer a unique ID, so every customer is a like an individual like person. And I'm going to ask it to actually expand on what it gave me just here. I'm going to say like, hey, can you give me a fake credit card number and a fake name to match that as well? So I'm asking it to create these names, and it's going to update that existing table. And so we have a customer ID name, fake credit card number, location, menu items they ordered, and then the total spend of items. You can see it actually tying Chick-fil-A sandwich to Chick-fil-A, chicken bucket, mashed potatoes, biscuits to KFC. It's matching everything up appropriately. That's kind of funny. It's actually pulling like real items from these franchises menus and then having them be the items instead of just making up some just random thing here. So cool. The credit card numbers are not super creative, but we didn't need them to be. They're just 16 digits, exactly what we need. All right, next I'm going to ask it to create a data set that represents the nutrition for each individual item that was purchased at like every customer interaction at every store, for which we also have the location, stock price, the recent customers, and now we have all of the data. This is crazy. Like you have all of this simulated data for all of the calories, fat, protein, carbs, ingredients inside of every single individual item. So we can actually equate now, if in a data science project, we can use all this generated data to actually relate all of the interaction to how many grams of protein that customer individually consumed, which is really, really cool. And actually, I'm going to go further. I'm going to ask it how we could do that with Python here in the next step. So my prompt looks like this. I'm going to say, using Python, how could we relate the customer interactions, the menu items ordered, and the nutrition data table to determine exactly how many calories each customer consumed in their visit to any individual fast food location. So it's recommending pandas, and then it's also saying if we had a CSV, which we could copy and paste any of this data into an Excel document, upload it as a CSV, use Google Colab or something like that, it would say, hey, we would go ahead and we would merge on menu item, and then we would group by the customer ID and the calories and the sum. So let's see, we have the menu item right here, and then over here we have menu items. So actually it's not accounting for one thing. We have separate menu items. So I might have a comma separated list right here. Big Mac, French fries, and a Coke. Whopper, onion rings, and a Sprite. Then over here, I only have one item. So I know, just from my programming knowledge, that this isn't spot on. So I'm going to ask it, how do we deal with the fact that menu item and menu items are different? How do we work with that? So I'm asking it really broadly because of the difference. How do we relate those two attributes? So I'm just broadly asking it how we do this. So it's going to give us some instructions. Let's see what it comes up with here. So it's saying, let's take menu items and then split it by commas, which could work. Yes. And then it says we could use the explode function to turn the items into separate rows. Okay. And then we would merge on menu item. So we would have to, let's see, would we have to rename the column? We'll see what it says there. So I think that would be like the last step. We would have to rename the column, but it says we don't. But ultimately, we'd have to try it out. But this is just a really neat way to, I think, generate data and then go after it. And we could have taken, last thing I'm going to show you is we're going to take just one of these just to show you. I'm going to copy and paste all the content into Excel so you can see. All right, so I've got Excel up here, and I just copied and pasted that table in there. And here we go, but that has all the formatting. So let's go back, and we will paste as plain and match the formatting. And check that out. We have a table right here that we can go and use. That's so cool. I'm really interested in where this can go. But yeah, we can take this and we can start to develop all sorts of things with this fake data. Just ask ChatGPT and it'll just give it to you. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video and you want more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.